If you plan on taking a flight out of Aberdeen, you may notice some facelift upgrades that also help make conditions safer. Alan Scott breaks it down for us in our top story from the Aberdeen newsroom.
Several upgrades and changes to the Aberdeen Regional Airport, and we're going to find out all about them as we talk to the airport manager. Rich Corkle is that man. He's the transportation director for the city of Aberdeen, and that makes him the regional airport manager. Over the past year, he has overseen numerous upgrades to the runways and taxiways to improve safety for the public.
We've spent millions of dollars here at the airport making changes. We have literally touched every surface of the airport out here in one form or fashion. We did a major wetlands project to remove wildlife hazards on the airport.
The most recent project for the airport was?
We had the main runway shut down and we replaced all of the runway edge lighting from incandescent to LED. We replaced all of the navigational aids to make a safe operating environment out there.
Other items that have elevated the airport safety are a new de-icing rig that does the job quicker and more effectively, a new runway snowplow with a very powerful engine, and a sweeper that can get the runway clear in just one pass. As to challenges in running a small-town airport, Rich told me one was pilot shortages that can cause a diminishing number of flights, and another challenge is
continually trying to grow the airport, grow our passengers. There's not as much business travel. You know, COVID made the world very small. People are doing Zoom, Teams, whatever Google meetings you got out there.
Runway and taxi improvements as well as safety improvements with the de-icing machine and also a snowplow that'll cast that snow 80 feet away from the runway. In Aberdeen, Alan Scott, Dakota News Now.